When you have found yourself accomplishing what you set out to do, you set out to do something in your life, and you overcame the most things that you have ever seen a human go through. You are a determined human being who created yourself an environment to get the success that you desired. You went to the maximum, most likely walking through near-death experiences and just continuing on. Maybe slight adjustments were made, but you had to continue doing exactly what you needed to do in order to create who you are today. You had a determination, and it didn't matter what industry you were really in. It really didn't matter what country you lived in. You were going to create what you needed for yourself. For you to move was no big deal. You created the environment that you needed for yourself to get the success that you have now, and you did it. You lived by other people's standards, and you created a certain amount of success, and now there's either nothing left at that end of the road that you were at, and now you've become the master of that specific category. You are the best. Or you surpassed something within inside of you, and now you are changing direction. You are moving into a different understanding of what life is. You become, instead of the CFO, you are the CEO. And now maybe you have totally new directives for your life. You are the human being that is masterful. What you do it to the best, at the absolute best. You draw to you all of the standards ever, and you smash them out of the park, or you create better ones. You are a human being that is the absolute standard. People look to you, and you have nothing left to work towards, to accomplish. And now where do you go? Yes, there are other things. You must still maintain your life. You must maintain the commitments that you have desired from earlier in your life. And now you are a completely new human being because you have new things to seek out about your own understanding of life. You start asking yourself the questions, why am I here? Why do I exist? Why is all of this here, and how do I relate to it? You've realized the system is what it is, and you played your part, and you've done your thing, and you became the person that is at the top of your genre, your subject, your art. You are the master head chef. You are the one who created yourself. And now you desire to look at things very differently because you have space. You're on the other side. You're on the other side of life. The side of life that says, okay, I can accomplish anything, and I did accomplish my goals and my dreams, and now I am still breathing, and how do I navigate the space of all the emotions that I used to drive myself with? The internal movements in my brain that say, do this, do that, make this. It's no longer relevant. You have successfully transformed your own fate. You have switched to the other side of life. You reached the potential in that specific environment, and there's this sense of, well, what's next? You could sit there, you have time, you look out and you go, oh gosh, what have I done? Who have I become? This is what it's like to be on the other side. Now, I really desire for you to understand and know that I get this. I've been going through this. And I have developed my spiritual system, and I say spiritual system because it's not really logical in the sense that I can't sell you a blueprint. I cannot give you a book and tell you how to do it. But when I have conversation with you, I share with you the deeper parts of yourself that allow you to make this transition into utilizing your determination in a completely different way. We have all come to this point, and you reached it. And now you're on the other side of this point, of this pinnacle of what you desired to have for yourself. And you're noticing the imbalances in your relationships. You're noticing the imbalances in how you relate with the world and all of these things. And there's this sense of like, well, this is who I've made myself to be. And this is very correct. But this internal determination that you had within inside of you to push you, to make you go that way, can be utilized in a completely different manner to create balance, restore your health, restore your life, and create more long-term, stable everything. So that you can truly have the purest aspect of your spirit come through. And when that comes through, you redesigning your life based upon that, so that you can truly speak your own true voice, so that you can truly be the authentic, genuine soul that you are in this human. You have already come to the other side of life, and now to have that genuine aspect of you is something that you can have. It's normally something that is built in someone from the time they are small, and they just go through life differently. To have maintained my genuinity while creating my success is the gift that I have to give to the world, of those who gave away their genuinity to create the success that they have, and now they've accomplished that, and they've got all the check boxes, and now they are on the other side of life asking for their own genuinity. What does that look like? What is life in itself? What is existence? What is all of these things? I assist you to recognize who you are in what you've made yourself to be. This is the true transformation of fate in the soul level. To just ask for this, and you want to do it yourself, come onto my website and create a profile. there is a terms, and that terms says, I want your spiritual framework to work with on my own terms. Once you do that, you will start this process energetically of going through and recognizing who you are in all the things that you've made. Some things you will notice none of you is in it, and it was literally somebody else putting everything on you. And then other things you'll notice, there might be a 10% amount of you that was literally in that thing, and that's what drove you so intensely and made it so fabulous. But there was just a lot of other people's things. This goes with your programming, this goes with why you did things, this goes with what you learned to believe about all of existence that you are, and where you've been, and the trail that you have behind you, and what you want to create for yourself forward will require you to come just to the essence of yourself. So if you do this process, it is a process that just requires commitment. The commitment is to truly be in this energetic system that continuously has a conversation with you like you would have understood some form of angel being or God being or something of the sort. But those are just labels that you learned to place upon another soul that exists somewhere. And they happen to have those wisdoms because that is their profession. And I know this because I have done this for many, many, many souls from many, many, many lifetimes. My spirit is so potent and so strong, and it has always been my profession that I have built it up, and it kind of comes together like a chain, you know? Each lifetime is a link of the wisdom, and this chain is something that I am in my purest form. It is something that I have actually remolded and created to be this source of power that I am able to share with each and every individual who is committed to my system. And it is important that it is no longer free for each and every person to just have at will, because people, I have learned, will take a whole heap of wisdom and get themselves through doors, and then they will forget who gave them this. And this is somebody who doesn't have the understanding and mastery of their life to actually maintain what is through those doors now. So it is my responsibility to make sure that you are only giving the wisdom based upon what you are fully embodying. And this requires a commitment, because there is something so powerful with going somewhere and then being able to maintain that. But when you are a person that gives you certain wisdoms, and you can go through doors, and you can pull blinds over people's eyes, and you can get to somewhere, and then when it's time for you to actually show that you know how you got that wisdom, you are kicked out the back door. It does not feel great at all. It feels like nothing was meant to be, and you feel very, very unwell with yourself, and you don't know where you went wrong. And it is because my spirit is a very wisdom spirit. It is a spirit that is able to access all things, because that is what I created myself as from the very, very beginning point of my own existence. And I have expanded and grown into something much more potent and powerful. This is why I created this system. Because as you gain the wisdom and understanding and knowings, you must replicate this into your physical reality. You must become these things so that you create a solid foundation. This system changes the way that you exist. It allows you to have success as you are. It changes how determination pushes you through life. It is a wonderful gravitational pull versus a fiery push through all of things. To have this embedded within your own energy and spirit means you learn how to be human in a better way. And as you are committed to me, there will always be this system that keeps you accountable and allowing you to create and embody everything. It means that everything is much more stable in all of the entire world as more people begin to see this and develop it within inside of themselves. Because true power is always desired. And I am this in my own essence. And I desire for you to have it as well. Because this form of living is much more valuable for the brain. It is much more valuable for each and every individual. And because you have already accomplished everything and become to the other side of life, it is what you're looking for. You still desire to be the best. You still desire to have all of what you know life's existence is. And now you want something that is more balanced, but still very fiery. Because you have that in you. You're the human being that has to be the best of the best. So I teach you how to be the best of the best. In every single day, in every single thing that you do. It's something completely different. It gives you the most genuine life, where satisfaction isn't just on one or two strings. It is in the entirety of your being. The power that you hold is much higher than you would have even experienced as being what you designed to be the absolute best human. You had a desire and you accomplished it, and for you that feeling was top quality. But the amount of you, as you look back and see these things, there was only a certain amount of your own essence and your own strings in that. Now imagine all of the strings that are you, all of the optical cables that bring your soul into your human form, if they were all lit up continuously every day. Now that would be amazing. And I know it because I am it. I've become it and I embody it every single day. And it comes with a totally different mindset, totally different understandings and knowings of life. And this is really what I am here to offer you, is yourself. And I have to teach you how to do that, to build a life for yourself, by yourself, because of yourself, in the perfection of yourself, for the pleasure of yourself. It is something that will give you value from lifetime to lifetime. You're possibly a person that does everything by yourself, but you also know when you have the assistance of your sous chef, the restaurant can run. When you have the assistance of someone who is a professional, it can run smoother, quicker, faster. I am the artist that created this wonderful existence. And so I do know how this system can be done through quicker. Instead of you taking an entire lifetime to learn and shift and evolve yourself, we can do it much quicker. And I know you like pressure. So it'll be easy for you to go through this. You will have to trust me with everything. And that will be what you decide. If you truly want this to happen, to live out the rest of your days as all of the optical cables from your soul into your human being lit up, then we do it quicker. That is it. And if you choose to do it on your own, then create that profile. I will embed you into the system. I must see your name and embed it as that name. This is important because I do not just give wisdom to people in the astral planes again. If you heard my voice and you recognize it, it is most likely because we had a conversation, but all have a conversation. But I will always be the governance of the system in the astral. I will not be giving you any specific information for you to grow and evolve, and wisdom in those spaces, they will only be in the physical realm. I'm very specific on this, and it is extremely important that you understand and know the difference between the two aspects of myself. One is the guidance and the wisdom, and it is only within the system, and I have the ability to put you in that system. You will notice this feeling within inside of you. It's something deeper than you really have ever experienced. It's something that might even frighten you. And that is the power that I have over life itself. When you give life to me, then there is an element of that is returned to you. It is something that is so powerful. It is very, very potent. And it is why it is the most secure place for one's infinite self or their soul that needs to upgrade to their infinite self. This goes far beyond one lifetime of creating one's perfect life. This goes far beyond becoming the pinnacle of all of humanity to look towards as the best at what you do. This changes how all exists, and I did create it, and I do maintain it. This part of me that you're listening to is the depth of me, the governance of me. And you'll notice now I will come back into my human form. Even though we are one and the same, it is very, very valuable that you understand you have a form that is within inside of you that is what you might understand as a soul. And that part of you is attracted to me, ENYELAH. And now as I come back into more of a different understanding framework, Brown and Taylor, which is still me in all of my essence, and it is yet something that is more available for you to connect with through transaction. The other place is a place that you become inside of the environment so that you can utilize wisdom as it is designed. Because I personally, Brown and Taylor, have seen how wisdom has been used to do things that are not efficient for human beings to endure. And so it is my responsibility to make sure, with more than even this life or any life or all of the lives, my infinite life cycle, is holding all. And it is more than that, actually. It is holding that system in a place that is only designed for those who have committed to it and are bound to utilizing wisdom as it is meant to be utilized. Because this world, this physical world, can manipulate things in ways that are grotesque in thousands of ways. And it is not to be used that way, because it only damages the human, confuses the F-word out of the existence itself. So pure creation must come through as pure creation and manifest as such. And then the confusion ceases, because it's not even allowed to manifest. This is very important. The human being must be able to grow in its own environment, in its perfection. The beauty of one's pure spirit must come through always. It is why we do this thing called human. And it is why it is so traumatic when you finally leave it behind to pursue something that someone else put inside of you. And you know about it. I know you do. I know you do, because you actually went all the way through and accomplished what they desired for you. And now you're finished, and now you want yourself back. Come, ENYELAH government, ENYELAH system was built to revive you, to bring you back to you in your most purest form, and to remove all of the elements that you've built to become who you are, so that you can exist as the purest form of you and still be in transaction with people for it. You're well off today, but in 20 years you will be far more well off, because you will be all of you and able to transact for your mastery of something that gives you the happiest, enjoyable life every single day. So as we work on making you that through creating a profile, or come invest in membership and let's get you efficiently being your complete self in far less than 2 years, and to be proficiently fully embodied in less than 5, making not only the difference in your own life, but being an industry leader, which is what you naturally are, but in a completely different way. There is no pinnacle, because we are all evolving and we require you. We do. We require you to continuously evolve, and that is a part of ENYELAH system. There is no end. There is no feeling like, oh my gosh, oh my wow, oh my, all the things. I actually just accomplished what I set to do in my life. That feeling of like, well, it's over, will never happen again. Because no one sets the standard but you. And I teach you how to be all of this only by showing you who you are. This is why I cannot write a book on how to become the best artist, on how to become the best creator, because I show you how to actually be your most potent, powerful self in full form continuously. It is how all things are unraveling. And do you want to continuously be that fire you've always been? You love it, telling you. Well, the journey is yours. Choose your life wisely. It is all yours to choose.